Although this version is no longer run, it is considered to be one of the best versions of the track. Some prefer it to the current day due to the awesome section that you've now got underneath Bridge Corner. Provides some really good racing, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next 20 minutes. Racing, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next. Currently, we've got just 8 minutes left in the practice session. At an hour and a half of practice before we go through into qualifying and the race. We had 2 practice sessions as well earlier on in the week. So I'll just pull up the results for that and we can have a look and see what they were like and who we can look out for over the next 2 20-minute races. So over the 2 free practice sessions that we've had so far, it looks like it's been Lithium Motorsports being able to top both of them, with Luke Chmielowski topping free practice 1 and Mikel Dubois managing to set an all-time fastest lap in free practice 2 to take the lead in that. Nanzivano has set the second fastest lap out of anybody in the free practice.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise for the technical difficulties. OBS decided to say no and close itself. Again, my apologies, but we're back. You've not missed anything. We're currently in the practice session. A couple of minutes left, really. So yeah, just get the last couple of minutes of practice out the way, and we will be going into qualifying. Isaac, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Louis. Thank you very much. We've got 2.5 minutes left in our free practice session before we advance into the 8-minute qualifying and 2 laps. It's a similar system. It's the exact same system which you'll see in the official races. We're taking that on board today in the ISRPC Championship, and that will be used for race 1 to decide the starting order, and then race 2 will be the finishing order of race 1 with the top 10 reverse grid, and that'll be really interesting to see. Hopefully that'll provide some really good racing. Riding on board currently with the pro car of Stefan Jones, the backmarker racing. He's running the yellow livery, and if I'm not mistaken, has he got the... Nope, that is the yellow livery on top. It's Sebastian Boscher Williams is running a similar livery with the yellow on top and the gay pride flag on the side where Boscher has got where Stefan Jones here has got the white. Some very striking liveries.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're actually, unfortunately they're not at the pitch, but we actually have our own car for this series, the ISRC TV car. It's not point scoring, it's merely there for ourselves and our team and any of the race stewards to just get involved a little bit, have a bit of their own little internal championship amongst themselves. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. I think we're going to see some very close racing, especially with the practice sessions that we've had recently.
Yep, as I was saying before, we had the a little technical issue. Nanzivano set the second fastest lap in free practice 2 behind Mikel Dubois in the Lithium Motorsports car. If we're looking down to the AM category across free practice, Will Money in the Positively Racing car set the fastest time in practice, and as we can see here in this practice session, he set the 3rd fastest lap time, which was a 51.1, and that's put him just 0.2 off of the Lithium Motorsports cars. Lithium have been dominant through free practice. However, in the first practice, we did see Mulos Regrecki getting close, so hopefully we'll see that in the race as we advance on to qualifying. So we see Tom Voss is the first car.
He wasted no time, straight out.
No, he didn't at all. He's eager to get his laps in. 25 cars racing this evening, which means that it should be close. And that is our ISRC TV car, driven by Martin Pearson this round. As Louis said, this car will change drivers throughout the season, so we can give all of the admins at ISRC, any stewards, a chance to run in it if they wanted to. That car will always be running that livery and the 911 number. It'll be non-point scoring, like Louis said. And it's Martin who's making his maiden voyage in the ISRC TV car at Legacy Silverstone.
Heading through the field then, I think we should ride on board. Want to ride on board with Martin for a lap and
Course,
talk us through it?
Yeah, we can give you a rundown of this, quite frankly, awesome track that we've chosen here to start off the series at Legacy Silverstone. This changed over in 2011 to the version that we are aware of nowadays and that you're all, I'm sure, race. This, although the old Legacy circuit has brought many good moments, just where Martin's going now through Bridge Corner, that's where Michael Schumacher had his famous accident, where he unfortunately broke both of his legs, and where I believe it was Damon Hill, I can't remember what race it was, passed for the lead in the final corners of the race. That's it. As we come around Luffield Corner to start a flying lap, Martin's going to go slowly, try and take a late apex to get on throttle as early as he can. Down out of Luffield, flat out coming down towards the Woodcut Kink. Flat out up through the gears. And braking for Copse Corner. This is not normally what you guys would remember as turn 1, but it is here in the old Legacy version. Going through Copse Corner very fast, dropping down a gear or two to then take him through towards Maggots, downshift once, throw the car into the right, slow it down for the left, looking towards Beckett's. Can he get the car turned in? The car wants to push wide here, but it can't. He has to hold on to it through Chapel and onto the flat out straightaway, as the Americans would call, of Hanger Straight this is. Stowe Corner's the next corner, named after the village. If you carry on straight that way due south, you'll get to Stowe Village. As he goes through that, down 2 gears into third, and then early on throttle to get a good exit, coming down towards Vale Chicane. This part of the track we all remember and is still here today. Down 2 gears into second. Slow, got to make sure he eases onto the power carefully here. Doesn't want to spin the car or run too wide through Club Corner. This is now what we would remember as the start-finish straight today. And here we would normally see the driver starting off to the right, nearly flat out, but instead he's braking, carrying straight on, then into a left-right chicane. Then coming through into the right-hand, nearly flat-out corner of Bridge. Very difficult not to run wide here. Then got to get the car slowed down over to the right again for this left-hand corner of Priory. Back down a short acceleration zone, down into second gear for Brooklyn. Slowed down, got to stay really tight here to get a good run into Luffield, the final corner on this version of Silverstone. Staying close to the apex, trying to minimise the line taken. On throttle as early as you can, running slightly wide. Flat out again through Woodcut to then take him across the start-finish line to complete a lap of Silverstone. Let's see where that will put him on the leaderboards. That lap is good enough for provisionally 4th place. 1.4 seconds off of our provisional pole sitter Tom Voss. So,
wow, Kevin Vermont taking it just under 1/10 there, taking P2. Some really close times here. Only a few tenths off. Now, we do have to remember that we do have 2 classes. Whilst they're all in the same car, they're all in the Porsche Cup car, we are running the 2 classes of Pro and Am. Pro is defined by any driver with over 2.4 KI rated, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, 2.4.
It was 2.4. If it was 2.4 from the start of February, which is why we ended up moving Nanzivano up into the Pro class. Yeah.
Right. And on your screens, just so you know exactly who's who, so the pros have got white backgrounds and black numbers. So they're the pro guys. So that's currently the cars 1 through 5 with Perry Ikanen. That's it.
No worries.
He's P8 at the moment, just over 1 second. Hopefully that time, he'll be hoping that time comes down a little bit. With the AMs currently taking E6, 7 and 8. I'd say unusual spots to be seeing AMs. In practices, they've been getting close to the top 10, some of them just tipping in every now and then into the top 10s for the AMs. But some of those pro guys are really fast.
Yeah. And interesting here that we see Luke Chimolsky setting a time in 14th place. We saw him topping free practice 1 and 3rd in free practice 2, so he'll be wanting to improve on that. Mikel Dubois has abandoned his second lap, which means that that's the best that he's going to do in 4th place now, as Will Money outqualifies him. Todd Voss now sat on provisional pole position. Will Money sat on provisional AM pole position. Riding on board Luke Chmielowski now. He's going to want to improve on that, like we just said. Running wide at Stowe, that's not going to help any attempts for the pole position lap. Now he's going to be wanting to push extra hard in the second half of the lap to try and gain that 1.8 seconds that he is missing for pole position.
So absolutely wanting... Oh, that's not going to help. But yeah, like you say, they're going to be pushing as hard as they can. But these cars are so easy just to be too lively, and these cars being the way they are, it's so easy to lose the time. And I don't think this lap, personally, I don't think it might just improve it, but I don't think it's going to get him on pole, I'm afraid. But we wait to see.
Now, I imagine both of the Lithium Motorsports cars will be quite disappointed with that. They will be wanting to top the session. Let's see what they can do in the race. Currently, it's a Team DRC car on pole position. As we watch Chmielowski cross the line, and then we'll go through to look at our grid for race 1. So we move him up into 8th place. That's a big improvement there. He'll be annoyed that he didn't get pole. He probably could have if he hadn't made those mistakes earlier on in the lap at Stowe. As he finishes his lap, escapes back to the pit lane.
And we're still waiting. Waiting on one more driver?
Nope, that's all the drivers have done their laps now. So get ready to advance through into the race. As we do our qualifying rundown.
So we'll taking your top spot is Tom Voss, taking P2, coming Vermont. Now Will Money, taking P3 overall, but he's actually the fastest AM driver out there, with what can only be described as an astonishing performance, being in the AM category. He's taking P3. Mikel Dubois, taking P4. Dubois taking P4. Stefan Jones taking P5, with Sebastian Boscher-Williams taking P6. Milos Wigrecki taking P7, with Luke Chmielowski taking P8, with Dennis Pickbrenner taking P9. Then we have a bit of the Anfield.
Everyone carrying for fuel.
Isaac, do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, of course. In 11th place, we've got Francois Coulet. Sat in 11th with Andrew Geiger taking out the 6th row of the grid. Should we then look a bit further down?
Maybe.
We've got Jacob Money, brother of pole sitter in the AM class, Jacob Money, followed closely by Nicholas Crittenden. Martin Pearson in the ISRC TV car qualified in 15th place, with the pro driver of Perry Piken in behind. Nanzavano in 17th. Evoke van Kruijsen is sat in 18th place. Niels Leiper takes 19th, and Giovanni Obreek in rounding out the top 20. Harry Harvey in the Sapphire Simsport car for 21st. Jacob Martinson 22nd. As we then look forward to Artie Boschar, Robin Truswell, and Peter Elson rounding out our grid for this evening for race 1. So the drivers are on the grid. We'll be going green in just under 10 seconds time, it looks like. Drivers revving up the engines, ready to go. On board with Luke Chmielowski. Now as Kevin Vermont gets away, a good start. Chmielowski.
As we see them all
Here
going
we go.
down into turn 1. Wanted
Yep.
to keep it clean. Have we kept it clean?
Vermont.
Oh, big
there's
crash.
a spin there for the background with the Lithium Motorsports car of Chmielowski going off with the DRC car, and that looks like Artie Boschart getting involved in that as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 3 cars that didn't have an incident at turn 1. It looks like it's happened. Amazing start there from the leaders. They're going too wide further back. Martin Pearson running slightly offline, giving way to the car behind him. Looks like nothing's going to happen there. Nils Lepper's slotting in as he's under attack behind from Giovanni Overbreek in the DRC liveried car. You're going to be able to make a move going down to Stowe as they're running too wide. 2 by 2 going down towards Stowe corner. Giovanni Overbreak side by side. He's going to make the move done. Yes, he is slotting it up the inside. That is for 14th place in class. Amazing start by him. Gained 6 positions so far in the first half of a lap. Nils Lepper not having a brilliant start there. Trying it to get by Martin. Wasn't able to do it and then getting overtaken by Overbreek then, as we see a car off, and that looks like
that was
Regrecki. Yep, that's Regrecki in the VRL Racing Streamers car. Be interesting to see what happens there. And that is also Artie Boschart. Sorry, he didn't have an accident earlier on the race. It looks like he's had an off. It'll be interesting to see if they are connected or whether they're 2 separate incidents.
Just going back to the start.
This is our incident at the start of the race. Looks like the VRT car getting spun around. So that looked like it was Jacob Money actually making the contact there. Looked like Jacob Money made contact with the back end of Luke Chmielowski, which then caused the other cars to go off, Andre Geiger being one of them. And I didn't catch the other car that went off there as well. So that's unfortunate. They were just nothing they could do there after the coming together between Jacob Money. Looks like the VRT car. Yeah, so Jacob Money just spinning Chmielowski, and Geiger and Nicholas Crittenden, nothing they could do, just passengers really there in the instant there at lap 1.
Going back to the incident then. Oh, he just lost it.
Yes,
he just lost. Oh, got collected though.
Yeah, look like the Boscher Williams getting collected.
And
that
did
was a
Artie?
separate incident a bit further back. Yes, it was. That was the pink backmarker racing car of Martin Jacobson tapping the back end of Artie Boschart. There, they'll be wanting to make a recovery over the next 18 minutes of racing. Back live now as we go with Perry Pikinen. This is our battle for 5th place overall. These are 2 pro cars, Perry Pikinen and that looks like Dennis Prickenbrunn. Ahead, can he make a move? He's trying around the left and right of Abbey corner, can't make anything done. Falls back off the tail of the German driver. Looks like he's gonna have to wait another lap before he can try it again. You see them going too wide further back down the field. That's Peter Platstow, it looks like, going too wide there. As they're still too wide running through into Prairie Corner. There's a massive gaggle of cars there. Martin Pearson, he's gonna get a tap from behind. No, he's not. Very well held there by one of the other cars, like German sim racing friends Nils Leppers, if I'm not mistaken. Nearly making contact.
It might have been
sorry,
Gianni Overbreak.
Yeah, that was him getting a slide on there. Is then Linus Stern heading down across the start-finish line to start lap 3. Start lap 3. Harry Harvey, seeing if he can make a move up after a good start. Try to gain some positions. We ride on board here as we see Gianni Overbreak running slightly wide. Harvey able to get by quite easily, and that elevates Harvey up into that's 12th place overall. He's gained 9 positions off the start there. It's quite impressive. Action packed in the first part of the race. So we didn't catch on camera, I'm afraid, was the Tom Voss, our pole sitter. He got jumped by Kevin Vermont in the start of the race, and it looks like he's had another accident as he's dropped back down into 19th. He's still running, however, down in 19th place, so he's going to be wanting to come back to see if he can get inside the top 10 for a pole position at the start of race 2.
Got some
right
damage
there. Yeah, after his contact at lap 1, he's going to want to try and make his comeback, sorry. As you saw him topping the free practice sessions. Battling with the damage, he's got the train of backmarker racing cars up ahead. Niels Leppers in the German sim racing friends car. Gained 5 positions off the start. As he might be about to lose on the Wout van Kruijsen looking up the inside, can't make the move done. It's quite hard to overtake into that corner there of Priory. As we are saying that, further back Peter Elson trying up the inside of his backmarker racing teammate of Wout van Kruijsen. Can't make it happen. And they stay in the same order as they started the lap in. Forward to our leader, Kevin Vermont, in the black and red liveried Mecha Esports car. They run in the ISRPC Championship, like a lot of these drivers in the LMP1 category. Relatively new, only running 2 rounds, but they're really enjoying it and very competitive at the moment. And it's good to see them out in the front with backmarker racing in 2nd place.
Yeah, seeing the battle here for 2nd place, actually. Seeing Michael Dubois here in P3 chasing down Stefan Jones there. He'll be wanting in. With it being a sprint race and only 20 minutes long, it's going to be constant battle throughout the entire race. They'll be wanting to keep it clean, but it's going to be pushing constantly for 20 minutes straight.
So you can't let your guard down in these sprint races. 24-hour races and 6-hour races, endurance races, you can build up, you can get yourself in a rhythm. Whereas in these 20-minute sprint races, you can't let that happen. You're battling non-stop. You get a bit of a difference between drivers here. Once you can push really hard and once you can't. And this is where we see the difference. As we see Luke Chmielowski, the Lithium Motorsports driver, having issues earlier in the race, and he's gone off again at that. To me, looks like Vale. He's gone off rejoining at Stowe. He'll have a slowdown for that iRacing as we see cars going by. That's going to drop him back down into possibly even 20th place. Nicholas Crittenden is his car on his inside as he makes the move done side by side now with Tom Voss, our pole sitter. Oh, bit of contact there, not leaving the room as we see Luke Chmielowski spinning. And is he going to hold brake? Doing well to get out of the way of everybody as he rejoins back down to 23rd place. Not a good start to the race for our Lithium Motorsport driver. Hopefully he'll be hoping for better in race 2. It's a shame to see that accident happen. Fortunately, didn't quite seem to leave the space for Tom Voss.
We see the replay. Will Money lost it on his own.
Yeah, and it looks like he had a coming together there with the other Lithium Motorsports car of Michael Dubois. Not going well for the Lithium Motorsport team, as they've had several accidents in the first 8 minutes of racing. Not what they wanted today at race 1. We'll be wanting better now coming race 2 as we look at the Lithium Motorsport car. Bit of damage to that front right-hand corner coming through Max and Beckett's. Hopefully it won't be hindering them all too much. These cars don't have a lot of downforce as we see Milos Regrecki going straight on VRL Racing Streamer's car. Maybe it's very easy to do that there. Get a bit squirmish on one of the curbs and you can go straight on quite easily.
Oh.
Spin there for one of the cars. Looks like Dennis Pickenbrent for German Sim Racing Friends. Another car from the background. Looks like the other German Sim Racing cars. A third car going around trying to hold the brakes. Massive accident there. I didn't catch which car that was. That looked like Jacob Money there getting airborne for quite a long time. Like being collected by one of the backmarker racing cars. The orange car looking like Wout van Kruijsen. We saw Kruijsen trying to make a good start, trying to make his way up. Looks like Will Money has escaped back to the pit lane. It's a shame that. It's so easy to lose it on that corner, and when they're this close, it's impossible to avoid one another. Little bit of front end damage. We're going to get a replay of the accident. Oh, it looks like a slight tap. Jacob Money and one of the backmarker racing cars rejoining, and it looks like
it was is that a lithium car?
No, it isn't.
No,
That's both of the Positively Racing cars. That's Will Money and Jacob Money, brothers. There, looks, Will Money was the one that got airborne.
Oh,
There in that
yeah.
accident. Yeah, we see him in the pit lane. Now riding on board with Artie Boschart, one of the admins for ISRC, and Jacob Money. Got a bit of front end damage here, but these cars don't have an awful lot of aero, just that big rear wing. So hopefully that won't hamper him too much, and he won't have any radiator damage to stop his car overheating, let's hope. Just looking by timing screens, it actually looks like Martin Pearson in the ISRC TV cars made his way up into first in class after starting in 15th place. He's made his way all the way up into 6th overall.
I think
with Peter Plastow. Go on.
Oh, sorry, yes, he is. He's first in class. Sorry, it's just my timing screen's not updated with Ivano, because Ivano, I think we said at the start, got moved up into Pro, but my software hasn't updated for me.
No worries. So any confusion, Ivano is a Pro car. Sorry about that, as we see him just up the road battling with Perry Paikanen. It's Team DRC and Mecha Esports, both teams running in the ISREC, the Endurance Championship that we run, and both doing really well in their classes. And we also have Backmarker Racing just up the road there. Both their cars running in formation, Stefan Jones and Sebastian Boscher-Williams. Both running yellow on the front end, but it's you can tell the difference because Sebastian Boscher-Williams is running the gay pride flag on the side of his car. Tell the difference. So if we're looking at our order now, as things seem to have calmed down a little bit, we've got Kevin Vermont starting in second place in the lead, followed by Stefan Jones and Sebastian Boscher-Williams for overall in the top three. And now if we're looking down into the AM category, we've got Martin Pearson. Although he's not a point-scoring car, he's sat currently first in the AM category. I should really put that as an invitational car. Sat in the first, followed by Peter Plastow, the virtual racing compound car, and Harry Harvey gaining 13 positions up into 8th place and 3rd in class. At the moment, with Francois Coulet sat in 9th place, 4th in class at the moment. Very good start there. Right aboard Harry Harvey and Francois Coulet just behind. Francois Coulet, part of the academy team for Mecha Esports. You can tell the difference between the cars as the Mecha Esports cars run the black and red liveries, whereas the academy cars are running the silver and red. It's the only difference there. The academy cars running the silver, and Harry Harvey running a Red Bull livery.
See, I think we have had another crash. You see,
Van Kruysen, his car looking a little bit second hand, if I say so myself, looking more like a Cayman as he just loses the rear end. Looks like got a bit of damage there. Now, is he going to escape back to the pit lane? Look at my timer screen. It looks like he's made his way back to the pits, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, he's
yes, he has. Yep, he's back to the pit lane. Unfortunate to see that happening. Got two cars in the pit lane after some sizable accidents. He spun and then there was nowhere for the other cars to go, unfortunately, so it looked like there's nothing either car could have done in that situation. Mikel Dubois now down 8 places, started in 3rd. And had some accidents earlier on. He's looking to get up into the top 10, which will be pole position for the next race. For race 2. So now on board with Dennis Pickerbrent in the German Sim Racing Friends car. Running the blue liveries. He's trying to make a move on Jenny Overbrick. Can't get close enough to do it. Coming out of club corner. This is all about traction, trying to get you smoothly accelerating out of the corner. This is a really good overtaking zone. Running quite wide there. That's going to hamper him on the run down to here. This is a really good overtaking zone into Abbey. If you get right nice and close, you can dive up the inside, outbrake the other driver, or even sometimes right around the outside if you're feeling brave enough. It's a really good place to overtake. You just got to get a really good run out of the difficult acceleration zone of club corner. So they go under bridge and up towards Priory for the tight section. here. Dennis Prickerburn doing well to make a move in this final sector. It's a difficult overtaking place. We see a 3-car train further up the road. Oh, as we see Overbreak running wide and spinning. Yeah. This car's difficult to drive, no traction control or ABS, so can't really blame him for these accidents. They are not the most easy cars to drive.
Going to a replay here with RT. See. Oh, he's lost it on the exit there of Maggots and Beckett's.
Of course, Archie not getting much time to practice. He's been away on holiday and only coming back a couple days ago, I think. So first time he practiced was earlier on today. He is one of the ISRC admins. So I'd like to give a massive thank you to him for all the work that he does to help organise the league. Shame to see him having issues. Speaking of issues, that's an off there for the 21 car. That, to me, looks like Peter Elson. Yes, it is. The backmarker car. Backmarker having a few issues this race, it looks like. Saying that they do have 5 cars entered in the series. And the other backmarker car of Martin Jacobson, you can tell running the pink, is just behind him in 20th and 21st place respectively.
Yeah, they're not having a great time, but then looking at this, I think the pros have been coming off a lot worse from this first race than the AM drivers, because we've got the likes of Martin Pearson, Peter Plastow, Harry Harvey, Kool-Aid Francois. They're all AM drivers, and they're currently 6th to 9th overall, and we were expecting pro drivers to be taking that full top 10. So the AM drivers, at least some of them, are definitely benefiting from this race, as we see a new fastest lap coming from Ivano there at 151.5. So definitely pushing.
It's an outright fastest lap by actually just 1/100th of a second separating him and his Mecha Esports teammate, who's Kevin Vermont, who's currently in first place. Ivano's in 4th. He's going to be pushing to try and catch. If you look just up the road there, that's 3rd place of Stefan Jones.
Like 4 minutes.
2.5.
As we hear a bit of cross-team communication there. I think someone was asking how long's left. I imagine their arms are getting a bit tired. These cars are not easy.
No, absolutely not.
Time remaining on your F1 block.
Nance Ivano gaining up on the back of Stefan Jones in the backmarker racing car. He's going to want to make a move done in the next lap. Looks like we're going to have 1, maybe 2 laps left. Kevin Vermont, if he crosses the line, yeah, it looks like we're going to have 1 lap left after this for Nance Ivano to get the move done. Flashing their headlights, trying to put Stefan Jones off. What's your opinion on flashing headlights? I can see the point of it if you're in an endurance race and you're trying to get past other class cars, but I know I do it myself, but I do frown upon it, I find, in the sprint races. I think it should be reserved for endurance racing only, in my opinion.
In endurance racing, yes. In endurance racing, there is a very good need for it. It's to make other cars around you aware. I frown upon it in endurance racing when people use it in anger. If a P1's made a bit of a stupid overtake, I can understand the frustration. Does it need to be displayed with flashing headlights? Maybe not necessarily. And what we just saw there with Nance Ivano, I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's necessary at all. You're both in the same class, you're battling for position, and I said, let your battling be out on track, not with your lights. So
exactly, do you battling with your cars?
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Physically, of course.
But yeah, I frown upon it in the case of this. But one place where I think it would be useful with the Porsche Cups and would be the fact that we have 2 classes in this series. We've got the pros and the AMs. So I could understand the pros maybe using it if they knew that it was an AM driver in front of them, which maybe not all of them do know that it's an AM driver in front of them, and the AMs might not know it's a pro driver behind them. In that case, I could understand the lights usage, but not how we just saw it.
Yeah. So we see Mikel Dubois making a move, trying to go around the outside through Stowe corner. Very difficult to get the traction down there. That's for 13th place. He's going to want to get this done. That means he'll be further up in the starting positions for race 2. Can't get the move done on Dennis Pickenbrunn. These are both pro drivers. Dennis Pickenbrunn running for Sim Racing German friends, and then we've got 2 of the Lithium Motorsports car. Luke Chmielowski doing very well to gain back up there. It looks like the top end speed's damaged on Dubois. He can't get close, it looks like. As you see, Crittenden making a little bit of a mistake on exit there. Is Pickenbrunn going to be able to make a move up the inside through Bridge, trying to make it stick? No, he can't. Only 4 corners left to go now to see if he can make the move done. Trying to do the over-under, trying to outbrake him into his next corner. Gets a bit of a wiggle on. Is he going to be able to do it? No, he's not.
He's very close,
so
though.
Yeah, unless he's going to be able to pull something off out of the final corner.
All
Speaking
seen
of
the
that, Dubois making look up the inside too far back to get anything done, and it looks like that's all she wrote as they come around the corner on the final lap of the race to take the checkered flag for the end of race 1. Looking forward to race 2. Chmielowski flashing the lights there. Fleeing frustration. Not a brilliant race for Lithium Motorsports drives. As you Giovanni over Breck having a spin. Is he going to get beaten to the line by Martin Jacobson? No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Giovanni coming home in 19th.
Man, yeah.
I'd like to say at this point to say if anybody would like to get in contact with us, you can do via the YouTube chat or via our Discord, which a link to that can be found in the description. You as well can do it if you reach out to us on Twitter as well, at @official_ISRC, or using our hashtag #ISRC live. We can see you on Twitter. If you've got any questions for us, please let us know there. 15-minute break now until we go through into the start of race 2. Let's see if we can get anybody in for commentary, or for an interview, sorry. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, finished.
There we go. You don't have to listen to people whining now.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I'll see if we can get our race winner in for a talk. See if we can bring up the finishing results for race 1 now. Be able to do it.
It's moved session.
Who would like to run us through our finishing results? Well, whilst I see if I can get some people in for a interview. No worries. I've managed to get them here, so I can give you a rundown verbally. Sorry, you can't see it visually. Sorry about that. We've got Kevin Vermont starting in 2nd place, taking the win. Followed closely by Sebastian Boschel-Williams and the other backmarker racing car of Stefan Jones in 3rd place. Nanzavano, the other Mecha Esports car, in 4th place, and Perry Paikanen getting a very good race, making up about 8 positions to finish in 5th. You'll be happy with that result. Let's look through the winner of AM class in the, AM class in the Invitational class, Martin Pearson in the ISRC TV car, winning that with Peter Plastow finishing in 7th place, 2nd in class. Harry Harvey gaining up about 12 positions in that race. Very well done by him. Tom Voss, our pole sitter, finishing in 10th. He will be starting in 1st for race 2 again. So that's 2 first place starters. As we've got some interviews ready now to go. So bringing into the commentary booth right now, we've got our Kevin Vermont starting in 2nd place, finishing the race in 1st after leading into turn 1. You must be happy with that result, Kevin.
Yes, I'm so happy. I don't know why I'm P2 in Calif. I haven't got the pace on practice. But the start is good for me and Tom. And after Tom lose the car and the other driver over from it's on the battle. I have just manage my race, my pace, and go to finish line.
No, you did a very, very well driven that race. There was a lot of issues further back down the field, but it looked like you controlled the race the entire way through, not making any mistakes. Is that because you put a lot of practice into this, or is it just natural talent?
I have a lot of practice, but I don't know. I don't know why. On test, test drive and team practice, I have a pace. I have a good pace, but just for the two practice ISRC, the track is trouble for trouble for me, and I'm surprised. Just the race one have good track condition for my setup.
That's very good to hear. It looks like you're starting in 10th for race 2. Are you looking to get up and have a good race in race 2?
Yes, I I want to have a good start for race 2 and overtake maximum of driver. But I'm happy for my teammate Nance. Is very good remontada for him,
Yeah.
and for team Mekai Sport Academy. Francois is 9 and he start P2. It's a good result for the team.
Very well done to all of the Mecha Esports drivers there. Like you said, all of them having brilliant races, getting all 3 cars inside the top 10. So we're going to leave you to it now to have a break between race 1 and race 2. Grab a drink, go to the loo, need what you need to do while we go through and interview some of yours. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Yes.
Best of luck.
Cheers.
As we bring up into the commentary booth, the pole sitter from race 1 and again going to be the pole sitter in race 2, Tom Voss, driver for Team DRC, started in pole position. What happened there off the start?
Let off my clutch too fast and had wheel spin, so I tucked in to second, and yeah, maggots and baggets, he braked a little bit earlier than I expected, and yeah, that caught by surprise for me, and I spun. But yeah, it was pretty fun after the spin. A lot of positions I gained, so it was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, we saw an amazing comeback drive from you after your incident, which unfortunately we didn't catch on stream, and you managed to do very well coming back to the place that you did. Race 2, you're going to be starting on pole position again. Do you reckon you're going to be able to work from that this time? Do you want to go ahead and move forward and try and convert this one into a win?
Maybe, or we spin again and we do the same. But no. Yeah, main target is just winning. But yeah, we will see. There are some fast guys behind me, so we will have a look.
Excellent. Well, it looks like I was just hope you have a good race in race 2, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in the commentary box again. If you do well in race 2, best of luck, and I'll let you step away, grab a drink, or go to the toilet if you need to, in preparation for race 2. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Right, and we're going to bring into the commentary booth 3rd place finisher in AM class and most positions gained overall. If I'm not mistaken, it was 13 places Harry Harvey gained off of the start, and to come around and finish 8th in class.
Third in class.
3rd in class, sorry. Harry, what happened? How what happened?
I don't really know.
So
I sort of drove around a bit, and then I finished 8th. I don't really know how it happened. People were crashing, spinning, dying, flying. Yeah, just kept on the road. Pretty pretty boring race, to be fair, but
No.
yeah, interesting towards the end with I think it was Kevin. Was it? No, it was Francois. Sorry, Francois towards the end. He never really fought me too hard though, because I think he was thinking more about grid position for race 2.
On that note, so you're going to be starting in P3 in race 2. Do you hope you're going to be able to convert that into a top 10 again? For it'll be good point scoring going forward into the championship, or are you expecting to get a bit swamped off the start and try and?
I'll try and get a good launch. I think I'm fairly tidy at launching manually launching a car, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Opportunistic.
Yeah, so we hope to see you again in the commentary booth after race 2. Hopefully you'll get a good run there. So we'll leave you to it. Have a break before race 2 starts, and best of luck.
Danke. Enjoy, guys.
Thank you. Just a quick chat there with our Kevin Vermont, winner of the oval race and winner in pro class. Tom Voss, the pole sitter on race 1, had a bit of an accident. Got off to a bad start and had a bit of an accident there in P2 on the early laps of the race, coming through to finish in 10th. He will also be starting in first for race 2, so he'll be hoping to convert that into another top 10. No, into another win. Sorry, corrections. And Harry Harvey finishing third in AM class, gaining the most positions out of anybody else in the race. There to finish third in class, 8th overall. Louis, what are your thoughts on the race?
I don't know. It definitely didn't go how I expected it. I expected the pro drivers, given their title of pro status, I expected them to walk away from the AMs, really, or maybe not walk away, but to be leading them. The AMs would have their own battle, the pros would have their battle, and that would be that. But it defied everything that I expected. We had, as we saw, we've got 3 or 4 AM drivers taking some of the top 10 spots. We've got pro drivers who didn't even manage to finish the race, or they finished way down. But it just didn't go at all how I expected it. But I think that brought out a good side of it as well. We saw a lot of on-track overtaking. We saw a few accidents that I think that I'm not sure. I don't know whether that was down to people either not having enough practice, or the cars were just not how they predicted. But I'm not sure. It was entertaining, but it'll be nice to see how race 2 goes, especially with those AM drivers taking up the front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting race 2. We do have a lot of AM drivers up at the front. So I can actually give you our top 10 for race 2. If you give me just a second. Our top 10 will have Tom Voss will be on pole for the second time with amateur driver Francois Coulet, a newcomer to the ISRPC organisation. In the Mecca Esports car, will be starting second on the front row. Harry Harvey in the Sapphire Cinesport car will be starting in third with Peter Plastow, taking up the second row of the grid. Martin Pearson, winner of the AM category, will be starting in 5th place with Perry Pikinen next to him. Nanzivano and Stefan Jones will be taking up the 4th row of the grid, with Sebastian Boscher-Williams and Kevin Vermont rounding out the top 10. So that should be quite interesting. So we've got four AM drivers inside the top 5 starting race 2. So hopefully we'll be on for a good race. So we just see some cars out on track at the moment. Getting ready for race 2, maybe doing some setup changes, changing fuel levels, changing some setups. We see a car spinning. It looks like Artie Boschart in the background. Harry Harvey out on track. Is he going to be doing some practice starts here, or is he pulling over to the side? It's interesting whether you launch these cars. You see a lot in the esports championship drivers will hold the brake fully down and then hold full throttle with the engine sitting on 0 RPM, and to launch the car to let off the brake to then get a smooth start whilst full throttle, and you won't get any wheel spin. See the two drivers here getting ready. So practice race starts, it looks like. So they both get away. Martin Pearson bogging down slightly, and it looks like Harry Harvey will win that virtual race in warm-up. A little bit of a battle going on track here. Martin Pearson goes up the inside. If you feedback, some people saying that the audio levels were slightly low. We've just turned myself up for this race, so hopefully I'll be a bit better for you guys. Harry Harvey going to be doing some more practice starts. So he's not. He's pulling over to the right on the escape road. So he makes his way back to the pits. Only a minute and 15 seconds left now before we go through into race 2. Drivers are going to be having a drink of water, going to the toilets before they start the race, making sure they're all fresh.
You know how I'm a professional streamer, and everyone on the stream knows that I'm a professional streamer. I just had my microphone muted for like the last 5-10 minutes. I'm good. I was saying, it looked like Harry Harvey there was doing some practice starts, and him and Martin having a little warm-up battle or cool-down battle. I do apologise that we don't have any highlights reels from the previous race. We will look into that for the next race to go forth, but I do apologise that we don't have that right now. We improve as we go along. Any suggestions that you have either in the stream or in the Discord, we do take on board, we make a note of it, and yeah, hopefully for the next race we will have those highlight reels, hopefully.
What Louis said there, we are fairly new to streaming. This is our 4th stream that we're doing on ISRC. We did, 5th. We did have a stream at Spa, which was cut short due to some technical issues. We are still learning and trying our best to give you guys what you like. Any feedback that you have, please let us know on any of our social medias or Discord. And yeah, we're trying to improve for the future, as it looks like we're about to go through into race 2 now. So the drivers are getting ready. Gridding up, ready to go. Francois Coulet starting on the front row in second for the AM driver, newcomer to the Intercontinental Sim Racing Challenge community, as I said just before. Tom Voss will be starting on pole again. He's going to want to make a good comeback. You see revving up, ready for the lights to go out. He's got 4 red lights, as you'd see in iRacing. And away they go for the start of race 2. Harry Harvey getting a bad start there. Tom Voss, much better start than race 1. It looks like Francois Coulet, is he going to make a move around the outside? 2 wide going down to turn 1, 3 wide further at best on the field. Martin Pearson, amazing start. For an amazing start up into second. Fantastic
start for Martin there, yeah, absolutely. Up into second. That's just how he will have wanted to start this race. As we see, like you say, Harry Harvey not had a great start. Must have had a lot of wheel spin there as he's battling for position there with Harry Pignacken. Is that Martin?
Martin challenging for the lead, going 2 wide down to Stoke corner. He's going to be able to outbrake Tom Voss, a DRC driver. No, he's not making up the inside. Can't make it happen. Francois Coulet is going to be getting ready to make a move on Martin if he can get close enough, if these two carry on battling. So Martin going to make a move up the inside, looking at the inside. Is he going to get it done? Stop. No, he can't. Tom Voss just drifting over to the left a little bit, saying, no, you don't. You're not coming through today. And Martin going to try and get the power down best he can through club corner. Difficult acceleration zone, as always. Running off the edge of the circuit. Going to try and make a move down into Abbey corner. He's alongside back wheels. Martin trying to brake, and he gets past Tom Voss. Is Tom Voss going to try and get the over-under on him? Martin blocking the apex, making sure that Tom Voss can't get past. And Martin Pearson, after starting in 5th place, has made his way up into 1st by the end of lap 1. That is incredible. So you see Tom Voss trying to make a move up the inside now into Priory Corner, too wide going into Brooklyn. This is an amazing battling. You see further back the Mecha Esports car of Francois Coulet getting overtaken by Nanzivano. But all eyes are here on the lead of the races. We see Martin Pearson under pressure behind from Tom Voss. Is Martin going to try and pull away here and possibly win race number 2?
I don't think even Martin would have expected this after lap 1, but yeah, that's a fantastic start to the race for him. If he can keep this up all races, we see Tom Voss battling again, coming into Maggots. I wouldn't say the best place to overtake in these cars, given how slidey the car can be, especially with it being high speed. But Martin Pearson there holding him off. But he's got a long straight to deal with now, and he's got car slipstreaming him. Whether he can defend into the next corner is, yeah.
So you see Martin move to the outside. Tom Voss trying to make a late move up the inside. Yes, he can. Too wide still. Tom Voss on the apex of the corner. Can Martin get the traction down on the outside coming down? He's going to be the inside for Vale corner as Nanzivano's licking his lips just behind as they both lose time further back. A train of cars back there. Now, still too wide. This is amazing battling coming through into turn 10 now of Club, and it looks like Voss is just able to get the power down a little bit better. Martin Pearson now under pressure from Ivano behind in the Mecha Esports car. Ivano trying to follow Tom Voss in the slipstream. Is he going to make anything of Martin Pearson? What engine has he got in that thing? Oh my gosh, as he makes his way up the inside, going down into Abbey Corner. That's amazing battling. Martin Pearson leading after 1.5 laps. That's incredible stuff. Like you said, nothing that he would have expected after qualifying in race 1.
And this is an AM driver, and this is again. I said at the end of the last race, I didn't. Whatever happened in the last race, I did not expect. I think there's borderline levels there. I was not expecting. And like you say, and I said earlier, I don't think Martin Pearson was expecting this. He's leading 2 laps down onto his 3rd lap, and he's defending 2 pro drivers, 2 very respectable pro drivers. He's defending them, and he's doing a very, very fine job at it.
Absolutely. I'd just like to say that Martin Pearson, although running an ISRC TV car, races in the Intercontinental Sim Racing Endurance Challenge with Sapphire Sim Sport, the same team which Harry Harvey competes in, and also the same team which myself and Louis Sanderson compete in as well on the side. So no bias here, though. Martin Pearson was struggling in practice. We see Tom Voss making a move up the inside. We saw this last lap. Martin was able to get the power down, but it looks like he's a bit too far back this lap. Tom Voss saying, no, you don't. Moving out to the outside. Martin looking up the inside, left and right. Is he going to brake late? Yes, he is. Just at the back wheel. Now, as they go through Vale, again, side by side. The 3rd lap in a row, we've seen this happen now. As Martin said, outside again for Clubs. He's going to be able to get the power down. Last time we saw that he actually had hybrid in this car as he managed to make his way back down into Vale. Nanzivano, again, side by side with Martin as Tom Voss defends from Martin Pearson. Martin
he's coming for the move.
Up the inside.
Can he keep it still?
To Abbey Corner. Yes, he can. As they're 2 wide still going down into Bridge. This is amazing battling for the top 3 in the race. Both separated. Top 3 separated by just over 1/10 of a second. As we now see Pastel coming in there, making it 2 wide for 3rd. This is incredible racing at the front of the field for race 2. Martin Pearson leads the way into the slow section of the slow section as we see Peter Pastel there, making his way past Nanzivano. No, 2 wide, and Harry Harvey's just further back with Lucia Molosky in 6th place. Stefan Jones further back in 8th. In 7th place. Bit taken for words here. This battling is awesome to see in race 2.
Absolutely. I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see Tom Voss now, we've seen him look up the inside a couple of times into Magnussen Beckett, siding the best of it this lap, so he's going to be behind Martin Pearson now this lap. Martin's going to try and keep Tom Voss behind, because I'm fairly sure if Tom Voss gets by, Martin's struggled to keep a hold of him, so Martin's going to do his best to keep him by as much as he can. Nanzavano's just behind Peter Pastel and Harry Harvey making it the top 5. This is a very tight train, all the way up into 8, separated by just 2.8 seconds away from the lead. And further back there, if you want to go outside 10 seconds, it's 14th place as we see Tom Voss making a move at the inside. Martin Pearson trying the over-under. He manages to get it to stick. It's like going to be running too wide into Vale. Martin on the outside this time compared to the inside like normal. Braking late, going to be going too wide. Nanzavano trying up the inside. Is he going to make contact? No, he isn't.
No.
Tom Voss managing to make the move this time, and he's fully ahead of Martin Pearson at this point. Martin's going to be wanting to get the power down nice and easy to try and make a move into Abbey like we've seen them the last laps before. You see further back down the field, Harry Harvey too wide, further back down with Peter Pastel. And Martin Pearson up the inside again going into Abbey. This is incredible racing. Pastel making a move up into 3rd. That train is incredible, Louis. This is some awesome racing.
I want to see what's going off because we've had a few events happen. We've got a few people in the pits, but it's so hard to. This is such great racing. Yeah.
Yeah, as you see, they're going too wide further back down the field. Lap 4. Who would have thought? I thought this would be the opening lap of a race, not lap 4 at the moment, as they've been racing for 7 minutes now, and some of these cars have been too wide the entire time. Martin Pearson leads us across the line for lap 4, led across since the start of the race. Lap 5, an amazing start. The driver starting in 5th place. Martin Pearson, as we now look back down there, Tom Voss in 2nd, Peter Paslau in 3rd, Harry Harvey 4th, Nanzavano 5th, Luke Chmielowski in 6th, Stefan Jones 7th, Michael Dubois in 8th, Perry Pineken in 9th, and Andre Geiger in 10th place. That's your top 10 at the moment. But if we're going to look in the top 4, 3 out of the top 4 drivers are amateur drivers. You see, the AMs are really taking the battle here. I wonder if this is just the track or if the reverse grid has really paid off for the AM drivers, meaning that they can push, get through to the start, and try and hold back these pro drivers from getting by. As we're going to see Tom Voss trying to make another move up the inside into Stowe Corner. We've seen him try this for the last 4 laps on the trot now. He's going to make it stick. Same again, up the inside. Martin Pearson on the outside. Can he make it stick? Trying to get the traction down as he runs very close to the edge of the track now. Too wide coming down into Vale. Again, late braking. Last of the late breakers here. Too wide through Vale. This is just lap after lap, the same thing. This time Martin gets a better run on the Exeter Club. Is he going to be the one leading into Abbey this time by? It looks like he is this time, getting very good traction as we see further back. Harry Harvey challenging Peter Pastel for 3rd place overall. Peter Pastel defending up the inside, saying, no, you don't. Harry Harvey's just deciding to hold position. Further back, Nanzavano's dropped down to 6th place behind Luke Chmielowski. Chmielowski, an amazing start so far, gained 9 positions up into 5th place for the Lithium Motorsports driver. Harry Harvey right underneath the rear wing of Luke Chmielowski. Couldn't have got any closer if he had tried. And Luke Chmielowski, there we are. Sorry, that was Peter Pastel. My apologies. Luke Chmielowski is now on the back end of Harry Harvey.
We see a bit of a lock up in the background. I think that might have been one of our... It might be Michael Dubois? No. That might have been Stefan Jones, I wonder. But,
yeah.
Fantastic racing. Harry Harvey started P2 or P3?
P3 in last race. And he's dropped back 1 position, but he's managed to make his way back. He dropped down into 6th after lap 1, and he's made his way back up into 4th now. But again, we've got the top 13 are within 10 seconds. And if you're looking inside this train, you've got the top 10 are within 4 seconds. This is absolutely insane. The drivers are line astern for the first 6 laps of the race as we are on our 7th, halfway through the race now. Martin Pearson leads the AM driver after Tom Voss, the pole sitter in races 1 and 2, tries to move up the inside again into Stowe. We've seen this happen before. Is Martin Pearson going to be able to make it move around the outside? Tom Voss tried very deep this time. Martin Pearson going for the over-under. Is he going to make it work? Doesn't look like he's got the best of runs there. Getting a little bit of a squirm on Martin Pearson. Trying up the inside. Braking late. Can he make it done? No, he can't. Tom Voss leading now through Vale chicane. Is that the pass for the lead of the race? Is Martin going to be able to get back again? Or is that Tom Voss now ready to run away with it as they come out of the acceleration zone of turn 10? Very difficult club corner as they make their run down towards Abbey. Martin Pearson flashes the lights as he makes a late break. Trying to do it is Tom Voss. Running over the curb there. Is he going to be under pressure now from Pastel behind Harry Harvey, making it too wide? That's the battle for 3rd place. Harry Harvey, can he make anything do? No, decides best of it. Chmielowski further back, not doing anything. Harvey defending the inside. A bit of a late move there. Bit naughty from Harry Harvey saying no you don't, as you see both of the Lithium Motorsports cars making very good starts up inside the top 10 now, both of them. In fact, that's both of them 5th and 6th place respectively. Nanzivano drops down, actually they're too wide there with Mikel Dubois and Nanzivano. Further back down the grid, who's going to have the best run here? Mikel Dubois is on the outside, which means he's going to have a bit of a disadvantage through the right-hand corner of Cops. As you see Nanzivano braking, yeah, unless Mikel Dubois is able to do the over-under at Stowe Corner. If he's able to pull this off, very impressive. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. No, he's not, as they go in the same file as they did across the start-finish line through Max and Beckett's for the 8th time. Do you see a lock up in the car spinning off? That looks like
Harvey and
Harry Harvey and Chmielowski.
I wonder what happened there.
Was there contact between the two drivers there? Two drivers
There might
there.
have
They'll be
been.
thoroughly disappointed in that. Dropping them back down to 12th and 13th place respectively. Harry Harvey giving him a bit of a squeeze.
Let's see the replay.
Too wide going through, and it looks like Harry Harvey just lost it by himself. They both lost it by themselves.
They both lost it.
That's very interesting. Both drivers losing it by themselves. They're neither of them be very happy with that. No one to blame there other than themselves, it looks like. Absolutely not. And then Harry Harvey giving a bit of an unnecessary squeeze on the edge there. Might have just been a bit of just a bit of oversteer from Chmielowski. Nothing, no bad feelings there. As we're going to go and look now to the lead of our race, as it looks like Tom Voss has gotten past Martin Pearson.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much going on in this race. You see, Martin Pearson is now, Tom Voss has finally gotten by. This is the first time Tom Voss is leading the race into this final section of the track. This is tight section, and we wonder if this is where Martin has just been holding off the Team DRC driver. As we see Nanzivano moving his way up into 3rd place. Pardon me, sorry. Brilliant racing we've seen so far.
Tom Voss, whilst I'm sure he wants to be way out ahead from everyone, I don't think he can complain honestly at the minute, because given his last race where he dropped down so many positions after a very poor start and then a spin, I bet he must be loving the battle at the minute, and I bet Martin is.
Absolutely, I can't see. I'm jealous now of all of these drivers at the moment within the top 10. They're covered by 5 seconds, all line astern. Just a train going through Maggots and Beckett's here. I don't know about you, Louis, but I would love to be in the mix of that right now.
It's too bad Martin took our seat. But I think he's doing a good enough job where I can accept that, unfortunately, today we don't get to race Silverstone, but I'm very happy he's making ISRC and ISRC TV really proud. There's nothing more.
And it's almost even bigger feeling to be able to commentate on this awesome racing that we're seeing right now. Martin Pearson trying to make a move into Stowe, couldn't make it work, as now we see him coming out of club. We've seen him very strong out of club into Abbey Corner. It looks like he's able to brake a little bit later than Tom Voss. He's going to want to try and slip in the slipstream, see if he can get close. Braking late, looking up the inside, can't make anything happen of it though. He's a bit ambitious there from Martin. He's going to be under pressure this next few corners from Nanzivano. Actually saying that, plus Plastow's putting Ivano under pressure. And Mikel Dubois is just behind that. Mikel Dubois gaining 8 positions off the start of the race after starting in 13th. He'll be happy with his results so far, as Plastow is under pressure, and that does look like Dubois making a move at the inside. And not only that, Stefan Jones is challenging for 5th placing class. He's going to be able to pull the over-under on out of Luffield. 5 minutes to go in the race now. Lap 8, we're looking at another 3 laps to go in this race.
I lost track of time.
Exactly, as Tom Voss leads the race after 9 laps with Martin Pearson in second. Nanzivano putting the pressure on behind Martin. Mikel Dubois very close behind. Peter Pastow, the 2nd place of the AM drivers. He's just been overtaken 2 positions in the last lap, so it looks like these pro drivers after 9 laps have finally started to make it past all the AM drivers, but after some awesome battling and great racing.
I don't think I don't think any of the AM drivers that we're seeing in the top 10 right now, and the likes of, I don't think any of them really. I don't think any of them can go away from this feeling mad.
Because you see Nanzivano running wide. Sorry, carry on, Louis.
Yeah, seeing them battling here, it's oof. As we see, that's Stefan Jones there trying to gain a position. But I don't think any driver, no matter am or pro, none of them I think really can go away from this feeling annoyed or upset or outright frustrated. Sure, some of them might have had their woes, and they might go back to themselves saying, "Ah, well, in practice I was doing this, but in the race I've obviously not done that." But just taking Martin, for example, and Tom. Tom would have had that bitterness about the first race, but then he's come into the second race almost a new person. He's got away from the start perfectly. He's then, for so many laps, been battling and taking back what is rightfully his first position from Martin. And then Martin is an AM driver who's battling with the pros. And he's doing a very fine job of doing it.
Speaking of battling, we see Peter Pastel here, and this is where all eyes are. As we're looking to battle for 6th place. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th. We've got the Mecha Esports car of Nanzavano, then it's followed by Stefan Jones in the Backmarker Racing car, and then Peter Pastel there in the Virtual Racing Compound Blue car, and then a newcomer to this whole battle, Nicholas Crittenden. He's been a little bit of an underlying dog there. Gained 4 positions in the Verve Racing team car. In 7th place, but I could totally agree with you, Louis. If I was any of these drivers right now, I'd be coming out of this race with a good on my face after having an absolutely brilliant battle. And they all should be chuffed to bits with what they've been doing so far. As we see Nanzavano trying to make a move up the inside of Mikel Dubois. Can't make it happen. Can you do the over-under out of club corner? It's quite tight. Oh, have to get out of throttle there. Catch my breath for a second here, as it looks like Stefan Jones will be trying to make a move on Ivano. Is Ivano going to be trying to outbrake Mikel Dubois? He is trying his best to. Too wide going into Abbey. He's on the outside for the second part of the chicane, which then leaves him vulnerable from attack from Stefan Jones. Stefan Jones looking up the inside, under the bridge, through bridge corner. Is he able to make the move done? No, he's not.
No, but he's under attack there from Peter Pastel. In fact, side by side here, as we come up to the end of the lap, I think he's just managed to... I think Peter has pulled it off.
Yeah.
Fantastic racing. And whilst all this is going on, we've got Tom and Martin pulling away.
Yeah, they're both still doing 52s while we're looking at the other car side. They're both doing low 52s, 52.1 and 52.2 for Tom Voss and Martin Pearson, respectively. And then the next fastest car is Nanzavano, 52.5, and everyone else is in the high 52s. Lots of cars running wide there. Harry Harvey, too wide with Perry Pikinen. That's a pro car of Perry Pikinen and running the iRacing safety car livery. And Harry Harvey in the Red Bull livery car. We saw Harry up into 3rd at one point earlier in the race after having a spin. But it looks like he's down. This is a battle for 9th place. He's in 10th currently. Points do get scored all the way down, no matter what position you finish in this race. So it's not a case of not scoring points. It's just scoring more points of one another. Harry Harvey going to make a look up the inside. No, he's not. On the final lap of the race now. Harry Harvey going to try and make a move around the outside. Can't make it. Perry Pikinen able to take the ideal line through that corner. Coming down to a heavy braking zone now of Vale. Is Harvey too close? No, he's not. And just behind we see Jacob Money. We saw Will Money, we didn't see, Will Money, his teammate, had issues earlier on in the race. But he's down in 18th place. But Jacob able to still keep on going, as it is. As we see this 3-car train getting ready. Time has finished now, so drivers next time by will be the end of the race. Checkered flag, as we see Harry Harvey under pressure from Jacob Money behind. Is he going to make a move into bridge corner? No, he's not, as Martin Pearson, Tom Voss come around the final set of corners. Martin close up behind. And it looks like nothing's going to be able to be done of this. Tom Voss, pole position race 1, pole position race 2. Unfortunately not able to convert the pole position in race 1. Finishing 10th in race 2, able to win. In race 1, able to win race 2. Martin Pearson finishing 2nd in race 2. Amazing battling from these two at the front of the field. Mikel Dubois able to take third after all of that battling, scrabbling behind Don, and Nanzano to fourth. He should disappoint with the drive from the engine. Peter Pastel, second place in the AM category, finishing fifth in that battle as well, with Stefan Jones in sixth. Awesome battling.
Hopefully we
Wait for-
get. I think we've just seen the final drivers
Final
here
cars.
come over.
This is the backmarker racing cars side by side. That's Jacobsen in the pink car trying to make a move on Wout van Krooijsen. It looks like Ivano's going to be able to make it to the line side by side going through Woodcut. And yes,
Thanks.
Jacobsen is able to take 16th place. Krooijsen finishing in 17th. Will Money just behind. Oh, as we see the backmarker cars coming together there after the race. See what the steward's going to say about that. Believe that's all of the cars have crossed the line now. Finished the race. Yes, they have. See if we can get our finishing results up from race 2.
I think it's waiting on a few people. Hopefully they all hopefully. ah, t- ah,
So see if Louis will be able to get the results up. If not, I've managed to get them up on my screen. Just sent Louis a message on how to do that. Give us just a moment. Sorry about this.
ah, okay, I see what you mean. There we go.
So with our results up now, we're able to look at the finishing order. Tom Voss started pole position, then started pole position, able to convert this race into a win. Martin Pearson, after starting in 5th place, was able to gain up 5 positions, take the lead off of Tom Voss in the opening lap, and then we had an awesome back and forth battle for the first 9 laps of the race, with Tom Voss finally being able to make it past and Martin Pearson not being able to put on a challenge. They take first and second respectively. Mikel Dubois then finishes third. That's no, I say just finishes third, but that was a battle from the start to the finish. Mikel Dubois battling all the way up, gaining 10 positions after starting 13th. Nanzavano as well, another awesome battle and drive from him, gaining 3 positions to finish P4. Peter Plastow, the first of the point-scoring AM cars, to finish in 5th place. Stefan Jones, we saw him in the gaggle as well, with Mikel Dubois managing to finish in 6th. And Nicholas Crittenden, awesome drive from the Brit there, managing to finish in 7th. Nils Lepers for German Sim Racing French finishes in 8th. Perry Peineken, the other Team DRC racing car, one of 3, finishing in 9th place. He would have liked a better result than that, but you can't blame him. He was locked in battle for the entire race. And then Harry Harvey, who we saw starting in 3rd place and in having a bad start and then getting back up to 3rd, finishing in 10th place overall. Louis, if you'd like to take them down the rest of the grid.
We've got Jacob Money taking P11 overall and taking P6 in class, followed by Luke Chmielowski taking P12. I think it was him that had the spin with Harry Harvey in Maggots and Beckett's. Andre, can't pronounce that last name. Let's say Andre taking
Geiger.
Okay, taking P13 with Dennis Pickerbrand taking P14. Giovanni taking P15 with Martin Jacobsen taking P16, followed by Wout van Krooijsen taking P17 with Will Money taking P18. Moving on, we've got, I think, Kevin Vermont taking P19 with Sebastian Boscher-Williams taking P20, with RT taking P21, Milos Regrecki taking P22, with Kool-Aid Francois taking P23, Peter Elson taking P24, and Robin Truswell taking P25. I don't think Robin started the race at all.
No, you saying he didn't feel like he was quite on the pace, and so he was going to step back from the league and work on his pace a little bit until he feels like he's ready to compete, which is understandable, of course.
Hopefully he comes
40.
back and pulls a Martin.
Yeah, we'll be expecting to see him back soon. Who's love having him in the league. Right, it looks like we're going to move forward now and have some interviews with some of our drivers. First off, I'm going to bring Tom Voss and his Team DRC teammate into the commentary room. If you give me just a second. Tom Voss, like I said before, starting pole in race 1, unfortunately having a bad start and finishing 10th, then pole in race 2 and having a, quite frankly, epic battle through the rest of the race to finish in first after battling for the first 9 laps. And Giovanni Overbreak finishing in 15th, managing to gain 4 positions that race. Very well driven by you both. Tom, let me just stress you first. Very well driven that race. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was quite eventful. The start, again the clutch, and yeah, I was just lucky and held my position, and then the fight. Yeah, that was amazing, man. I was fast in the first half of the track, and he was fast in the second half of the track. So yeah, I was just switching positions every time, and yeah, one time I got it done, and yeah, drove away a little bit, and yeah, and that was the win.
No, that was absolutely well driven from you both. We were loving it in the commentary booth, and we're glad to hear that you were loving it as much in the out on track. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to after your win? Any sponsors, friends?
I want to thank the Team DRC for the support always, and yeah, we had a pretty good laugh this race together. So yeah, that's
Excellent to
it.
hear. And will we be expecting to see you guys back for race 2 or round 2? Sorry?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Well, we're going to wish you the best of luck and have a good evening. Very
Thank
much
you.
appreciate having you in the commentary booth. Thank you very much. Right, I'm going to bring the other Team DRC driver, Giovanni Overbreak, finishing 15th in the race, gaining 4 positions. Giovanni, so we didn't actually manage to catch any of your race on the stream as we were too enthralled with the race up front. How did your race go?
It was quite eventful, actually. First lap in race 1 and 2, I gained a lot of positions. Race 1 particularly, I gained like in the first lap 10 positions already. Starting from P20, it was crazy. At the second heat, yeah, I gained like 5 positions, 6 positions in the first lap, but well, the tires went off really quickly, and if you spin one more, yeah, like one time, you're practically done with these cars. It's just so hard to control them.
Yeah, and so race 2, you managed to come through and finish 15th. So you said you gained a lot of positions there. Are you happy with that finishing position?
No, you're never happy with finishing P15. You always want to be up to the front, but I know that I haven't really practiced a lot, and this was the maximum what I could have done. So.
So that's good to hear. Is there anybody you'd like to thank on stream? Give a shout out to?
Um, well, I'm obviously gonna thank myself for participating in this race, and well, it was quite fun. Like 20 minutes race in each 1 and 2. It was really fun with these guys. Always battle here and there, and I wanna shout out to Tom for winning the second heat. It was really fun though.
Excellent. That's glad to hear. Will we be expecting to see you back at round 2?
I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna consider it, and I'll push forward.
Excellent. That's glad to hear. We're going to wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
We hope to see you in the future. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no props.
Right. That's the Team DRC driver, Giovanni Overbreak. Now we're going to pull into the commentary booth. Mikel Dubois from Lithium Motorsports didn't have a brilliant race 1, finished in 15th, and then able to come back in race 2 to finish 3rd. That's an awesome race in race 2. How did it go for you?
Well, I think race 2 was definitely, as you mentioned, the better race. I think I was unlucky both with my qualifying, so I did not set myself up for a perfect race 1, and then I did a very bad start, so I had to fight with a lot of guys, and then fortunately I was finding myself P3 by the end of lap 2, I think, and then I just, yeah, I don't know what happened with Stefan, to be honest. I think we were a bit too close, and I got a bit frustrated because he changed direction more than what I felt like was possible. So I had to go for a bit of an aggressive move, and then from my point of view, he took me off the racetrack. So yeah, I mean, had to draw 15 minutes with a bended steering, so finishing P15 and not last was really good for me because I kept the car on track, which was just my goal for race 1. And yeah, race 2 went a lot better. I was trying to keep the car on track, and just I knew that even though I think I probably could have won the race had it been 2 or 3 laps longer, I just knew that I had to wait for others to make mistakes and not force anything, because that's what went wrong in race 1.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very well driven from you, though, in race 2. Unfortunately, I noticed yourself and your Lithium Motorsports teammate, Luke Chmielowski, not having a brilliant race in race 1. And race 2, it looks like Luke had a little bit of a spin there, dropping him back down out of the top 10, unfortunately, after he was in the race for race 1. We saw you guys doing a lot of practice. How are you guys finding the car in the new series?
Well, it's actually the first time I've driven the car, which is why I have done I think I'm one of the guys who's done the most practice just to get to know the car a bit better. And I must say, in race condition, it's a lot trickier to race. It's really easy to overdrive the car, and if you get a little bit of oversteer, people behind you will make the better of you. So it's really hard car to drive. It's also really rewarding, but it's I don't remember sweating so much after a 20 minutes race before.
It's always good to work for it. Would you like to give a shout out to anybody who's watching the stream at all?
Yeah, I mean, I hope some of my team members are watching, and I would like to say that they should take part in the next series because it's a lot of fun. And I think my girlfriend is watching as well, and I try to make her proud. So also
Yeah.
shout out to her, of course.
That's good to hear. So we'll let you get away to your girlfriend now. So thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Mikkel. We hope to see you again in the future.
Yeah, I will be back.
Thank you very much. That's good to hear.
Bye.
Right, I've got one more interview for this evening before we end the stream, and that is with the ISRC TV driver and commentator and league organizer, Martin Pearson. You started the race in P5, if I'm not mistaken, and then managed to get your way up into P1 by the end of lap 1, and then had, quite frankly, an epic battle for the first 9 laps of the race with Tom Voss for the race win. How was the race for you?
Oh, it was incredible. I that was one of the best experiences I've had on iRacing. I had a bit of a chat with Tom after the race, and yeah, it was very respectful. He said, we both left each other good space. Yeah, I'm absolutely astonished. That I'll be honest, I'm not used to leading races. So that was good. Just amazing battling. I'm a bit lost for words for once. Yeah, that was very, very good fun.
You've
That's
not
good to hear.
heard me and Isaac so excited. I think we
I
couldn't.
was just trying not to bin it every corner because the Cup car is such a difficult car to drive, and I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not generally a very confident driver, and I was like, I'm in a position here which I need to step up my game and do a lot better than usual. So it was a very good challenge, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know we said that we might be sharing around the driving seat of ISRC TV car, but at the moment I want more.
That's good to hear. It's from the sounds of things, you're not the only person who wants more. For the first 8 laps, I believe we had the top 10 were pretty much bump drafting one another down the front straights. Whenever they got the chance, there's a change of position on every corner in the top 10, which was some awesome racing.
Yeah, I think that
that-
was my fault. I very much felt, when I was in the lead, I very much felt like the cork in the bottle, and the champagne was was being shaken, and I thought as soon as one gets past me, the rest are going to get past me. But yeah, Tom got past me on lap 7, I believe it was, and I was like, right, okay, let's try not to lose him too much, and see if I get attacked from behind. But then I think there were at least 4 cars behind me, all in a bit of a gaggle, and they all battled. The next lap, I looked down at my relative, and they were 2.5 seconds behind me. I was like, okay, let's just try and bring it home. But no, I can't say enough for the racing there. I've spoken to a few people as well, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Yeah, bring on next round in 2 weeks' time.
Can I
On
drive? I want to be involved in that. That was amazing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, incredible, absolutely fantastic, and the field looks so good. All of the cars with very nice liveries. A few Red Bull ones out there, which I think's a bit, copy paste, but that's fine. But no, it's really good to see good representation from Lithium Motorsport and Backmarker Racing as well. And they've got a good gaggle of people there, and every car there, yeah, looks fantastic. Yeah.
So, if there's anybody who's watching who is contemplating joining a league or joining ISRC, and a bit uncertain about it, Martin, do you give them any advice for joining a league, and where to go to do that?
Well, I think the only natural advice is to join our league based upon the show that you've seen this evening. We run a Porsche Cup League, as you've seen tonight, and we also run an endurance league. So, in the style of the FIA WEC, we do stewarding on all of our races. We're a good, friendly bunch. I hope you can tell. With good rules and good stewarding. So, yeah, join our Discord. The link should be in the description below. If not, it's on Twitter. We are official_ISRC. We've recently launched that this week. So, we're ever growing. And, yeah, be a part of the league. Be a part of the organisation if you like. Yeah, hope to see you out on track or behind the camera or microphone.
And one last question from myself. So, any shout outs you'd like to give out to anybody?
Just you guys, to be honest. You're legendary. Naturally, my girlfriend for putting up. Yeah, naturally, my girlfriend for putting up with me. But everyone who's turned up this evening, a lot of the guys are from the Endurance Challenge, Endurance Championship. And I think they've thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, it's a difficult car to master, but we do have a pro and an AM category, and if you keep your nose clean, you can do a decent job. Yeah, I think that's I'm running out of words. I found some eventually.
Anything from you, Lee?
All I can say, it has been an absolute pleasure. This has been the most exciting race that I've watched in a long time, but then to commentate on it as well, it's just such a pleasure. So it's been great watching all the cars out there, everyone racing, some great battles on track. Just hope everyone comes back tomorrow so we can have the same drivers battling again and hopefully more. But yeah, some great battles. It's been a pleasure, and just overall been really good.
I must say I agree with Louis that it's been an honour to commentate on this race. Well, from an organisation perspective, we'll be reviewing any incidents post-race, and any verdicts will be let known in the Discord in the next 72 hours for anybody who's wondering. Yeah, just an honour to race with you guys, and then Louis, if you want to take over for the end of the stream, I guess.
Yeah, just it's been, like I said, it's been a pleasure. It's been really nice having you all. I think this is the most people we've had watching us, and it's just been amazing. It's been really a good watch. It's been good having the few little chats that we've had. It's been great to speak to some of the drivers. It sounds like they've all had A couple of them have had a few minor upsets, but all in all, I think most of them have enjoyed it. So yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone watching, really, and really look forward to in 2 weeks' time when we get to do it all over again, but somewhere else. Just look forward to it. But we will end the commentary here. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. I hope you all come back again. And from all of us here, I think it goes without saying, really big thank you, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time.